Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be taking a look at an article from the Washington Times. Now this was published on the 19th of February. It's written by Douglas Ernst. And look at the title here. John Kerry endorses climate weirding term. Warns of doomsday within 9 years. No room for BS. Well, here's the thing. The reason why they approve of this climate weirding term is because, you know, climate change kind of, people look at that and they go, yeah, you see the climate does change. So their narrative kind of falls apart with that, okay? Global warming, same thing, because when you use global warming as this excuse of why we need all this Orwellian, you know, control, top-down control type shit, all right, and you're using Orwellian terms like that, okay, and you have, like, what happened in Texas, the narrative kind of falls apart, and they know this. So they're now on to a new term, climate weirding. Look at the lead in here. I think it's a very appropriate way to think of it, calling it climate weirding. Climate weirding isn't even like proper freaking English, but whatever. John Kerry says the world faces a climate change doomsday within 9 years unless drastic action, John Kerry says the world faces a climate change doomsday within 9 years unless climate drastic action now. You mean unless drastic action is taken now. Would make more sense. Just saying. What the hell is it with these people not proofreading their articles anymore? It's starting to get a little freaking ridiculous. You know, I mean, how long does it take for you to just quickly read through and go, oh, maybe I should, like, edit that? Just saying. And they've been saying that Al Gore said we had 10 years, like, what, in the 90s, for Christ's sake, when he was still a fucking senator. Okay, before he became the vice president. At this point, we're well past the point of no return then. Just saying. The comment by President Biden's special envoy for climate change came during a segment for CBS Eye on Earth, hosted by senior national environmental correspondent Ben Tracy. Some people get hung up on the term global warming and say, well, I thought everything's supposed to get warmer. I heard one scientist say this is really global weirding. Is that a better way to think of this? Mr. Tracy asked Friday while referencing a recent cold snap causing havoc across the nation. See, because when you have a cold snap like that, you can't exactly say the reason why it's freaking freezing is because of global warming. Because then people go, holy shit, this makes no sense. Okay, and even the dumbest down, even the most of the dumbest down, most of the Kool-Aid drinking types, okay, start to go, holy shit. Yeah, I would really like for this global warming to start happening because it's fucking cold. But see, they can't, with that happening, they got to change the tune again. It's now global weirding. Because their narrative is complete shit when Texas is having the issues that it is right now. Their narrative is complete bullshit because Texas isn't exactly known for the freezing cold and the snow like this. It's so sad. And then Mr. Kerry concurred. I think it is a very appropriate way to think of it, the Democrat said. It's directly related to the warming, even though your instinct says, wait a minute, this is the new ice age. But it's not. It's coming from the global warming and threatens all of the normal weather patterns. That's complete horse shit. Because global warming, as they were pushing, when Al Gore was the poster fucking child, okay, is the whole planet is warming. When you don't have that happening and you have the shit that's going on, I'm not a climate change denier, okay? Humans, yes, they can and do contribute to a change in temperature. But so doesn't the sun. So doesn't all these other things that are naturally occurring, like, say, volcanoes erupting and all these other things, and cyclical weather, okay? All of these things are associated with change of the climate. What I disagree with is the amount of impact humans have on climate. And the idea that CO2 is bad. CO2, carbon, is a building block of life. CO2 is what plants need to... Oh, I don't know, do photosynthesis, which is a key building block of life on a planet? So, I mean, I look at what they're doing and I look at what the situation is, and I think they're over-exaggerating the human impact. And they realize that people are starting to wake up to this shit. Because they want you to go against your instincts, your gut. That's what I was about to say Al Gore, but Kerry is basically saying here. It's directly related to the warming, even though your instinct is to say, wait a minute. They don't want you to trust your gut. Because if your gut's telling you something that says it could be bullshit, 9 times out of 10, your gut is usually right. At least in my case, my gut's actually more than 9 times out of 10. My gut's pretty damn good. And when you're saying don't trust your gut, to me, I'm going to trust my gut even more. Just saying. But I love this. You know, it's coming from global warming, and it threatens normal weather patterns. The whole point of global warming, when they started pushing this shit, was the whole planet is raising in temperature. Now, only parts of the planet are raising in temperature, which is causing other parts of the planet to get freaking cold, which makes no sense. I mean, if you had a frontal lobotomy, were inbred multiple generations, and were completely dumbed down, okay, maybe it might make sense. But if you have the common sense that, you know, God, the great maker, Gaia, however you want to look at it, gave the common dog, the common household dog. If you had that amount of common sense, you go, whoa, this is bullshit. Because it makes no sense whatsoever. The two then pivoted to claims of a de facto climate change apocalypse on the horizon. How much time do we still have left to avert climate catastrophe? Mr. Tracy asked. Well, the scientists told us 3 years ago we had 12 years to avert the worst consequences of climate crisis. We are now 3 years gone, so we have 9 years left, Mr. Kerry said. Even if we did everything that we said we were going to do when we signed up to up in Paris to the climate change accord, we would see a rise in Earth's temperature to somewhere between 3.7 degrees or more, which is catastrophic. There is no room for BS anymore. There is no faking it on this one. See, this is the thing. So he just basically said that global warming is causing cooler climates. Okay. We're using his own words against him here. So global warming is causing these mass cold snaps and shit like in Texas and stuff like that. But then he's saying the global temperature is going to go up by 3.7 degrees. He just contradicted himself. And if you dare question this narrative that they're trying to use for top-down control, globalism, you know, great reset type of shit, if you question this, you're a conspiracy theorist. When he's literally contradicting himself in the same fucking interview. Mr. Kerry also addressed the issue on February 2nd by telling CNN's Fareed Zakaria that he supported a large carbon tax as a way of combating climate change. Yes, because you know what? The whole point of the carbon tax is to turn the middle class and the poor into serfs. Because people like him, they can afford the carbon tax. They can live their lifestyle. They can continue to eat beef. Bill Gates, you know, Mr. Hamburger Lover himself gets to eat his favorite meal whenever he wants. Well, we're eating bugs and synthetic 3D printed fucking fake beef. These people know this. They'll get to live the lifestyle that they've been accustomed to, while the rest of us are eating shit. While the rest of us are living in serfdom, destitute and poor. That's what they want. That's the whole point of globalism. That's why he wants a massive carbon tax. Because part of the carbon tax that they don't tell you is they literally want to tax you exhaling CO2. This has come up multiple times, and you explain that to people, they go, nuh-uh. It's like, yes, they do. Go look it up. They're talking about taxing all carbon dioxide emissions, including from you, all carbon emissions. Just for existing, they want to tax you. Because they want you poor and destitute. They want a serf class. We could do it, I think, the former Massachusetts senator told the CNN host. I mean, theoretically, yes. It is one option of many things we're going to have to consider and may wind up doing. No, they're going to do it if they can get away with it. There are many people who make the point, and I personally accept it, proofread that is one of the most significant, bold steps you can take to actually have an impact in a rapid way. What, by driving everyone into the fucking poorhouse that isn't multi-billion-dollar rich? Well, multi-million, but yeah. You know, because Bernie Sanders is going to get to live the lifestyle he lives, driving his Audi R8. He's going to get to play the game that he's been playing. Mr. Socialist, you know, we got to raise all the people up. We got to give them $15 an hour. That shitbrick, he's going to live his comfortable lifestyle while all the rest of us are eating shit, living, you know, in squalor. And they're going to be ruling over us. That's the whole point of this. Anyway, and I believe there are ways to do that and make it very progressive to protect people who have to drive long distances to get to work. Bullshit. Another thing with this is they want to make it so people have to move into cities. All right, it's becoming more and more relevant. I actually did a comparison video of this. Okay. There is a movie from the 1980s. It's a Canadian-American production starring Lee Majors, Chris Makepeace, Burgess Meredith, and others. It's called The Last Chase. You want to see the future that they're driving us towards? Now, it's through rose-colored glasses as best it can be. But you want to see the type of future that they're pushing us towards? Go check out The Last Chase. Seriously. Good movie, you know. Not the highest production values. I mean, it is a B type of movie, so don't get me wrong. I mean, you know, you've only got so much money. So instead of having an actual Porsche race car, they have a VW copy of it. You know, kit car version of it, the 917 or whatever it was. So, I mean, yeah. But good acting, good plot, and it's the direction we're heading with this type of shit. Seriously. I mean, you should be able to find the video in my back catalog, so to speak. But yeah. At least check that out, if not the movie. Because this is the direction they want to head things. And they're talking about being very progressive. Yeah. Oppression is always done by progressives in the modern age. And this idea of they're going to protect how people go long distance to work. Bullshit. They're going to be like, no, you know, you can't go live in the suburbs where you have a better school for your kids. They don't want that. They want you huddled in cities. The megaopolis, okay, I think is what the videos called it. But the planned cities of the future. They put out these cartoons that they were showing kids in UK schools and European schools, and I think in even some US schools. And it made this whole globalist bullshit thing of throwing people in large cities sound so great. I mean, but anyway, do things like that. So anyway, drive long distances to get to work. Do things like that. There are always going to be a cushion. There's always ways to cushion any negative impacts on it. Bullshit. This is the same shit that they said with Obamacare. Oh, we'll be able to cushion any negative impacts. You'll get to keep your doctor. Oh, bullshit. None of those things came true. You think they're going to come true with this one when they say that they can cover for that shit and cushion any negative impacts? No, we're all going to get fucked by it. And that's the plan. That is seriously the plan. But yeah. Because climate change does not fit with their, you know, with the actual climate not fitting with their narrative. Climate change needs to be changed to climate weirding. This is the sick, twisted, you know, world of like... of like, you know, the Joker movie Joker. This is the sick, twisted world we're living in. It's ridiculous. Up is down, left is right, truth is lies. You know, lies are truth. I mean, it's bizarro ass and backwards world. Anyway, yeah, I've covered this well enough. I'm leaving things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.